guys, how are you doing today? You're welcome back to Talkswithogo. Yes, you're welcome back to Talkswithogo. So today, I'm not gonna waste much of your time. Today, I'm going to talk about medical school. Well, I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys that. Oh, I have actually, but maybe if you're new to my channel, yeah. Medical students, I'm a first year medical student in the University of Nigeria, Enugu campus. Yeah, so today I'm going to talk about medical school, and I just think if you love it, just tune in and enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, yeah, see, I know that I'm not looking so dressed up. Just calm down. Let your heart be at rest. Just calm down. Don't worry. I'm coming back. I'm gonna look finer than this. I just want to just look in my natural me for this first time, and then later I'll look so glow. But yeah. So let me not waste much of your time. Today's topic is 10 things medical school taught me. Okay, the first thing that medical school taught me is medical school taught me how to study really well. And not just study really well, study right. Okay, before I entered into medical school, I do read, yes. I read like every other person reads, obviously, because I have to read to pass exam, but medical school taught me how to read intensively. It taught me that you don't read with one textbook. It taught me that each sentence matters in a book. Do not jump and say this one is not important. Every single sentence matters in a book. Why do I say that? Because we're taught with MCQ. Okay, I know before, normally I used to read that I would just read and just, pass by. Like, I would just read my book and maybe like in the next 2 or 3 hours, I'm tired of it. And I read like a novel and I'll be like, oh, that'll be good and that'll be all. But medical school is not like that. The things medical school are versatile. Sorry. You have to like read the book over and over and over again, and not just over and over again. You have to understand it. Like now, let me give you an example of how you have to study medical school. I said now, how to study rights in medical school. You see that word, how? You note it. That how. You understand what is how? What do you mean by how? How to. Did not say how or what or off. They said how to. Don't change it and put your own words there. Study. They did not say how to scan the book well, how to skim the book well, or how to read the book well, or how to cram the book well. They said how to study right. They did not say left. So medical school makes you to understand things the way it is, because this is a whole new ball game. Okay, now for example, now in medical school we're taught that this is your arm and your forearm. But if you go to the public and say, raise your hand, everybody raising their hand. But do you know that this is just your hand? Yes. So medical school taught me how to read intensively, how to read, taking notes, and not just reading and taking notes, making sure that they entered into my head by recalling. Because sometimes you think that they entered into your head, but when someone ask you when you walk out, it will just shock you that all those things you read have just flown away. I remember when I came into my second year, I was forming balls in anatomy, forming balls. Give me how many time or how many minutes, the next thing, fly, I tell you. And the funny thing is that I was noting things that was not right. So as I study right, read the right book, read what is required of you. That's why you go to lecturers in medical school. Go to lecturers so you know what the lecturers want from you. Not what you need to give them. What they want from you is what they want, because they know that yes, the things you have to do is much. So give them what they ask you to give them. Okay, the next thing is medical school taught me how to handle my emotions. I'm sorry for the shaky. I will stop shaking this thing. How to handle my emotions. Medical school actually did toy with my emotions a lot. Like a lot. I cry a lot in medical school, like a lot. And I cry a lot, and sometimes I doubt myself, like this is my calling, this is where I'm meant to be. And I'm sure many medical students actually do that. Like Okay, let's say for example now, what if I failed my MBBS? How am I going to feel like? Like what does the future, like how I'm going to feel? I don't even know how to think. Medical school throws the emotions. If you don't know it now. Maybe let's say you've been known to be one of the brightest in your formal school, but the moment you step into your medical school, everything just turns upside down. You go to write your test and your scores are so terrible, and you be like, what is it? Am I not good enough? Am I not reading enough? Like, what am I not doing right? And now why I said this is that medical school will keep traumatizing emotions, and if you're not careful, it will choke you and you will choke out on medical school. In medical school, you have to know how to handle your emotions. You have no choice. You have to keep pushing. Even if your scores are not so awesome, just keep pushing. Keep pushing till you reach the very goal and then you pass. Because if you stay in your room and cry all day, you expect you got 20 to change to 70, and it's not possible. It's not possible. So, yeah, that's one thing medical school taught me how to. Sometimes you see your score and you be like, when you're meant to be crying, you just start smiling. Isn't that crazy? They'll be like you're a mad person, but if you see worse, and you just have to just move on, and then look for that thing you're not doing well and then fix it in. In medical school, you need God. Yes, medical school, you need God in medical school really well, because you cannot do these things on your own. Because if you are doing these things on your own and you think that you will survive, I'm sorry, you cannot survive. This is the third thing medical school teaches you. You need God. If you can go back to the first video on my YouTube channel on my second MBBS exam, I'll tell you how my exam went, because God was there and he told me the questions that will come out, some of them, and my viva, and I have so many stories that God is involved in it. So without God, I don't know what you'll be doing in medical school, because for goodness sake, God is the creator. So like, without the creator, how do you handle the person he created? So you need the creator in your life to guide you on how he created the person, so you can be able to know what is wrong with the person he created. Punchline. You feel that? Okay. The fourth thing medical school will teach you is that medical school taught me that when you need help, ask for it. Apart from in medical school, in life generally, if you're dying in silence and your scores are really bad, have you gone out there? Have you seen scores that are worse than you? And you think that you're the worst person on planet Earth. But when you go out and check people's score, you realize that, God, I actually did well. Oh my God. Like, on the average, I'm among those that tried. When you need help, go out there and ask for help. Don't say because that they'll not start looking down on me. My dear, in life, sometimes just look down, just do things that even if you have to bring down your self-esteem, or that it make you feel like you're lower than yourself. Once you know that after doing that thing, you will still get where you want to be. That's all that matters. Like now, but for you to be in high places, you have to go through high people. You have to serve. You have to be a servant. No matter if they step on you are troubling, but you know where you're going to, you know where you're looking at. You want to get to that, you want to pass, you want to scale through. So even if there's someone that knows better, you go and meet the person. Even if this person is your enemy, make peace with the person, because you just need to pass. You have no choice. Nobody cares. Because what the parent actually wants from you is to come back and give them a return that you passed and you finish medical school and you are a doctor. Lecturers want the same thing from you. So anyhow you want to do it, just do it. Just do it, man. Just do it. Okay, before I continue my next one, I'm coming. Let me go look my glove. I'm coming back. So, what do you think? What do you think? Did I try? Does it look good? Is it good? Yeah, I know. Thank you so much. Okay, let's continue our video. So does that look so pretty? Okay, alright. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is I hope I don't talk aloud too much. I forget that I'm supposed to, and let me stop making this table shake anyway. So yeah. So the sixth thing that medical school taught me is no be would jack pass, now pass well. Okay, what do I mean by no be would jack pass, now would jack well? or sorry, no be who Jack pass, now who pass well. Because I remember my second MBS experience. I know this guy that I took for night class that time, but this guy's own is too much. Like, he will come from 11, I mean from 6 in the evening, and leave by 6 in the morning. 24, Jesus, like, he was not sleeping. Anytime he tries sleeping, the next thing is walking up and down. Oh God, Jesus Christ. It was crazy. For me, I was feeling like, okay, bless now, you're a student. Like, are you sure this exam you pass it at all? I'm sure you can make it. But let me not warn you, or let me just advise you. Do not be troubled. Do you know why I said you should not be troubled? Because those people are just starting to read something they should have read 2 months ago. But you've been reading. So don't compare yourself to those people, because you will be shocked that you're way better. I'm telling you, on the exam day, you'll just be shocked that that person that you're thinking that you're feeling depressed upon is not even worth it. I'm telling you that. Okay, another thing medical school taught me, that's like, hey, this should be the 7th thing. Yeah, is time management. Like mad. It's advisable that when you step into medical school, like when you start a session, the first thing is that you start reading. So you don't have to start doing that whole night class ish. And know yourself. Why I mean know yourself? Because I'm trying to switch into this time management kind of thing. If you don't know yourself, you find yourself doing somebody else's plan, because you're trying to figure out which one works for you, which one doesn't work for you. Do you understand? But if you know that if you start on time, or that you're a 2 hours person, or you're a 3 hours person, do you understand? That won't be fine, because at least you know that before the exam comes, you're all ready and you're all good to go. But if you're now coming towards that time, that when the exam is closed, you're not trying to look for someone that will teach you how you now rush things up. And you're going to go and do somebody else's way. And that guy that came to come and teach you might be, that's how I used to pass. I used to do what you be thinking that will not work for you. But that's not true. Medical school taught me how to be time conscious a lot. Because, okay, let me give you, for example, a rundown of how we used to do our thing. Let's say by 3, okay, oh, sorry, what am I even saying self? By, let me say this was, because today is Friday, Abby, and on Thursday, come back from lecture like around 4 or 6, depending if I have practicals, and I have to eat. Either I cook or I go and buy food, and afterwards I'll go to from there I'll just maybe see if I'll sleep or arrange my corner, or if I have something I can wash. Probably like around 8 I should have been done with all these things, and then sleep off. I wake up by 12 and then read from 12 to 2 or 3 and sleep again, and then wake up by around 7 and prepare for classes by 8:30. That's a breakdown of how my normal day is in medical school, unless there's an altar. Do you understand? So it teaches me how to manage my time, because there's no time. Like, our days are planned in medical school. So if you do not try to fit into that time, yours is your case. Nobody cares. If you like go and travel around the whole world, it's still waiting for you. And the time management is that you have to come to class in University of Nigeria Enugu campus. So you know, we do not write attendance. You don't print. So nobody can actually help you to write your attendance. You have to be in the class. And guess what? It's not just in the beginning of the class. The beginning, the middle, and the end of the class. So if you love yourself, you go for the classes. Or unless you don't love yourself, then get out of medical school. It's not for you. Do you understand? So that's it. So now the 8th thing, I think they are now like, let me see. The 8th thing that medical school taught me is if you don't create time for yourself to cool off, medical school will make you antisocial. Many people that if you know me now, you should know that I'm not antisocial, because I love having fun. I love, if you give me opportunity, I can fly around, or I can enjoy and do as much as I can do and make my life more merry. Do you understand? But with this thing I've broken down about my time management thing, you have to try and fish out time. You don't have choice. You have to. Either you sacrifice one day of your reading, but life, you have to make sure that life passes. School passes you. Hey, what am I saying, God? You pass through school, and school passes through you. Am I making sense? Because I know a friend of mine that she's very studious. Like, if you're watching this video and you're screwing your neck, this friend of mine doesn't know where estate management is. She's a medical student. She doesn't know health science. She's never been there before, like that health, so where nurses used to stay, radiography used to take. She has never been there. All she knows is from a hostel to go and eat or to the classes they are fixing us. Finish, finish, nothing else. So you see, so medical school, you have to make out time for yourself, unless medical school take care of it for you by you being a nerd and reading all your life. My dear, life is not too serious, please. Sometimes losing up if you're a medical student or you're planning to be, and you're also a social person and you're trying to think that medical school is all social, my dear, even as much as I'm trying to be social with me, I'm saying that I'm giving like 80% or 70% to reading and 30%, 20% to being social. Seriously. Yes, medical school is not all fun and rosy and all you get. Okay, another thing that medical school taught me is, this should be the ninth thing. Mingle with friends that are more focused than you. I'm not saying that you're not focused. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you're not focused. I'm only telling you that, let's say you've been doing this thing and it's not working for you, and your scores have been terrible. Look for people that are more smarter than you, and they know how to go around medical school and they come out with very good scores. So mingle with them. That's one thing medical school taught. It helped me with my secondary based exam, because my friends that I do gist and everything, I just have to just everybody we are day or day. I want to pass this exam, so my friends' circle will have to change for now. Later we'll continue our chilling, our enjoyment, because when you want to achieve something, you need to look for people that are going towards your way. You get, when it's time for chilling, you guys go chill. When it's time for seriousness, we go do serious things. You get, not every time you have to be chilling. Do you understand? So the last thing medical school taught me is medical school messes with everything you have believed in, but don't dwell on it. I'm telling you, please don't dwell on it. Medical school will teach you that, because if you're dwelling on it, it's not going to take you anywhere. It's not going to change anything, because if you dwell on it, you're going to fail or you get worse than you are already. I understand that, yes, you're smart, you're reading well, you're studying really well, you're trying your best, but you're not seeing it. Just keep pushing. Try and check what is wrong. Maybe you just keep thinking that thing you're doing is actually correct, but you're not doing it right. Is it in the exam hall you're not taking the right way, or you're not managing your time in the exam hall, or you're not reading the right material they released to you guys, or you're not reading what the lecturer wants you to read, because sometimes lecturers do give where they want, like they can even give you a hint of where the exam will come out from. Do you understand? So please don't allow medical school to mess with your mind. Yeah, it did to a lot of people. I mean, it happened to me, but somehow I found a way. Sometimes you might get my score and I'll be smiling, but you don't know what I got. But I just smile because that's all I got, man. I gotta smile. I have no choice. So you see. Okay, this is the end of the video. If you've not subscribed to my channel at this point, I don't know what you're waiting for, and subscribe to my channel and wait for my next video and the next time. Thank you so much. Okay, bye. I love you.